Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Got another Clan Wars battle in the Iron Age campaign, and we're up against Sabre Clan. On this map, you've got a number of basic tactics to use. You can have a brawl on top of the hill, or defending team can camp, and there's another route on the bottom of the map to sort of make a pincer movement, but you can't push all your tanks down there. Anyway, we're going to show how to break a camp with this video. You can see our EBRs are pushing up through the middle of the map there to either spot the enemy EBRs, and you can see we've got two EBRs here, but also to see if you can spot any tanks moving. And so far, nothing's been spotted, which indicates that they're not moving or they've moved down to the south. Now, we're pushing the heavy tanks up the hill with CS63s, just a tactic to get your hold down tanks up faster in case they're pushing up the hill. So it's a little bit of a gap there, but that was just based on the way the tanks were placed at the start of the game. So no big issue there, but that means we've got the CSs and the Chiefs up the top, and we've got the EBRs down the bottom, and we sent one of the EBRs a bit further down. And we do have one 907, so the 90's gone down the bottom there. It's not worth pushing up. But so far, nothing's been spotted, so nothing's coming up the hill, nothing's spotted going up the hill, so all signs of a camp. And just going to wait and see if the EBRs can spot anything. So we've got Jumpy there taking the more forward position, and he's getting spotted. And we've got a couple of CS63s down the bottom now there, because they're so far out of the render range, they're not showing up in this view, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's the way the replays work. So we can't really show you too much. So we're going to do quite a bit of exploratory stuff. You can see they're just marking down the base where to send the EBRs. And it's quite likely that even though they're camping in the forest down below, and people are indicating that Arty is being seen firing there, you can see there's an actual Arty fire there. That was one. But yeah, just trying to indicate to the rest of the team, and particularly for the callers, where we think the enemy disposition is. So the EBR is getting lit. That means there's a good chance there's a light tank about where that marker is, that Bunsey put down. But they're getting pretty close there, so it's probably not there, maybe a bit further back. But certainly outside the forest area. That's the only problem with being in the forest, is that you're fairly blind when you're behind numbers of trees. And obviously the camo works both ways. And there you go, there's another Arty shot. Noticing normally when the Arty shoots, you do see an entry on the enemy side. I think maybe it has to do damage to do that. But as you can see, this is Clan Wars, and therefore fog of war applies, so we've got no idea what assets they've got, and neither can they see ours until you actually get an engagement and get vision. So you can see from the minimap, sending the mediums and the EVRs down the bottom. Well, there you go, Arty's finally hit a target. They've hit Jumpy there, so that shows up, and now the mediums have spotted a nice forward down at the base. Now that IS-4 there will be mainly there for spotting, again to basically light the medium tanks or whatever's coming down the bottom up for the tanks in the forest. So we assume then they've got tanks near the bottom edge and so on. So at this point we're trying to get the chiefs a bit closer to the top edge of the forest without getting spotted. So one of them is going to go to the rock down below. So just deciding that at the moment. It's most likely going to be Mozzie. So let's just fast forward a little bit. Alright, there we go. So Mozzie's on the way, and he's going to head to the rock about where those markers are going. But he's just got to zoom across to his right now. Now, a bit of a dangerous move there. If he's getting spotted from below, then obviously he's open at the guns while he's crossing there. But the thinking is the Medicorps either in the small forest just to heading to the right of where Bunsey is in the C63, or in fact even further down. So we're going to start putting blind shots into those areas. And everyone's just moving down closer and closer. The EBR's trying to catch a glimpse of anyone in the forest. And now there's definitely more tanks shooting. And Jumpy takes another hit from the RDR. He's getting very accurate. And there's 421 hit. That's definitely a tank like a Chieftain or something similar. But yeah, until they're spotted, you can't see what type of vehicle they are. Alright, so just waiting now. 8 minutes to go on the clock. So this is fairly typical in a Clan Wars engagement, that we'll let the clock run down to the point where one of the teams has to take some action. So it's typically around the sort of 5-minute mark. You can see we're the ones pushing around the map to get control of the enemy cap. So we'll be pretty much the ones that have to do. Okay, now the EBR's gone into spot there, and we're looking for targets that we can actually shoot. Now there's a bit of terrain there, which does make them a bit inaccessible from the top here. You can see not taking a few hits there, and that's definitely Strivs shooting there, the 350 odd hit range. So they've got some Striv 103s in the forest. They've got some Chieftains now, but and of course some Arty that haven't been spotted there. So possibly 2 Arty, possibly 2 Strivs. We've got the IS-4 down below. I think they've got a light tank there that hasn't been spotted. They're most likely going to be a Manticore, is the thinking. And you can just see the health bars of our team there. The 2 EBRs have lost the most, but we really need them to light up that forest. So let's just jump forward a bit further. And here you can see we're blind firing the thing. Now Tiger Girl down the bottom, she's getting spotted every time she pops up. That's giving an indication of where the Manticore is. And we think the Manticore's down the base where the aim marks are at the moment, mainly to cover the cap area as well. So we're just firing those expected bushes there. And just move forward in time a little bit. Now we're down to the last 5 minutes, so this is really where the action part's going to be. And I've been spotted crossing there, so that's definitely the Manticore, but no fire coming in, and I'm just in a bit of, I have taken 1 hit, but now we've got the mediums coming up where we're going to make a push together. Right, now I'm lit again, and I'm taking a lot of heat. But that's okay, we're all pushing in. It's a team effort, you've got to keep the guns active. I'm taking a lot of hits. I haven't even made to get a shot in yet. And now we've spotted them all. So this is basically the breaking of the camp. Now we've got the mediums going through, getting their guns to turn and lighting everyone up, and getting all our guns engaged to try and whittle them down. So you can see there's also an E3's been spotted. There goes my tank. So not a great result for me, but that's okay. This is about the team. Let's try and rise above the mark there again. You can see the push has gone right through. We've lost some tanks now, but we're 3 tanks up, so this is the right result. They've all basically paid the price for sitting in one spot and hoping they can outgun us as we come in, but this is one of the difficult things for the camp, is that they can't engage all the targets, and unless they focus fire with a lot of discipline, they're not going to do well. So now they've been reduced to the E3 that's down the bottom there of the forest, and and with 3 or 4 guns on him at once, he's not going to last very long. And then we'll roll him up, and then that ice ball is trying to engage. I'll just put a shot into Tiger Girl there. But now we've got rid of the E3, and now we've still got our 5 guns in the game, and they've only got 2 guns left, so it's just a matter of time now. So the remaining thing is to spot that Matey core and to get rid of the IS-4, so whittling him down. He's got a bit of hard cover there, which helps him, but he'll soon be flanked fairly quickly. And the question is, where's the Matey core? Has he gone to try and cap? Well, that won't work because we'll be able to get 3 tanks on cap there. We've got the EBR on Overwatch, just checking. And in fact, there's the Matey core's been spotted. So game over for the IS-4 in a second. And the Matey core gets a kill, but that's all right. He really can't run away. He's got a fairly long reload. In fact, I think longer than the Chieftain takes to reload. So a couple more shots into him and he's gone. And we're within 2-minute time. In fact, there he goes. Alright, so that was basically breaking a fairly solid camp. They had no outliers apart from the light tank and the IS-4, so it took a fairly determined effort from the EBRs. Team scores here. So we've got Predator-1 doing 5k, great result there. Mozzie managed to get 4k and Rands did 3k, so doing most of the damage there. The enemy Matey core finished on top there with their experience and even the top damage there. So yeah, but unfortunately for them, yeah, they couldn't manage to hold us off. But have a look at the list, so just to give an idea, actually only had 2 Chiefs, 2 STB1s, 1 Striv, actually, only 1 Striv, that's interesting. Object 261, so 1 Arty and the E3. So yeah, fairly defensive layout, of course, and that was obviously in their mind to start with. Maybe they didn't have the choice of tanks that they wanted to have on the map, and that does come into what tactics you use. In any case, even though I didn't manage to do much damage, with a lot of shots fired, bounced a few, missed a few, so not a great result there, but still managed to make a small profit. But again, that's the way it works when you're on the winning side, and the losing side wouldn't have got a great deal. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this, particularly in terms of developing your own tactics. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing that. We'll have more Claymores battles coming up and other games as well. So look forward to that, and thanks very much for watching.